Today is day 47 of 100 Random Acts of Kindness. I am out in the car right now. We had a hospital day and my nausea is just a jerk. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted to record from the grocery store to kind of give you an inside scoop to see what we deal with day to day. I think when I was first diagnosed, I often thought about people being kind of stuck in bed feeling ill, but I said to Keith, this is a swear alert, I'm really fucking tired of having to go sit in the car or go sit down, or because I can't do stuff. It's so frustrating. And so we were at the grocery store, and there's this chain of grocery stores that we really like, so it's relatively small, so we were in there picking up produce, and I just said to Keith, I really don't feel good. And he said, here are the keys, go wait in the car, I'll do the rest of it. And I said exactly what I just said. I'm really fucking tired of not being able to go grocery shopping. Like, Jesus. It just gets to be so much some days. And yesterday was a tough mental day. Today's been a tough physical day. I woke up feeling very nauseous. I needed blood work done. The results have come back. The cutoff for platelets, so my old issue was neutrophils. The cutoff was 1.0 for anybody who had been following. And they seem to be okay. My neutrophils still aren't great, but now it's platelets. And I knew that my platelets were low. I think I said that a couple days ago. I had a little cut here, my lip cracked, and it took 2 hours to stop bleeding. That is a sign of platelets. They help clot your blood. I'm also bruising like you wouldn't believe, which is also a sign of low platelets, so I knew it wasn't going to be good. And I just got the results back, and it's 50 right on, and that's the cutoff. So I'm waiting to hear if the drug's going on hold again, which is just frustrating. I'm angry at my body, and yet it's my body that's working so hard to try to keep this cancer stable. So it's a very strange, complicated relationship that I have with my body. It is so frustrating, and it lets me down so often, but I'm asking it to do so much with having cancer. Like, what, I can't be mad at my body for having cancer. I didn't ask for it. It's just very frustrating. And today my random act of kindness goes to Keith again. I'm seriously considering just doing a whole series about how amazing Keith is, 100 Days of Keith. Because like I said, we were in that grocery store, and he said, go wait in the car, don't worry about it. And I pushed through, which who knows when that's the right decision. And so now we're at a bigger grocery store that price matches to get some of the stuff that would have been expensive at the other grocery store. It's on our way home. I'm not a big advocate of stopping too many times for obvious reasons, but we needed a number of things, and it'll save us like 20 bucks by going here, the place at price matches. Anyway, there wasn't a question. I made a list. I went on to Flip, tried to price match a few things, and Keith, I said, are you okay if I stay here? Yeah, of course. Like, it's never a question. It's never anything. He just hops right out of the car and goes and does this stuff. And I think sometimes it's easy. I try to thank him for taking me to the hospital. I try to thank him for driving. I try to thank him to do these things, and I know I don't thank him enough. And I think it's so easy for us to take our partner for granted in any situation, but the amount of stuff that Keith does for me in a day is endless, and quite often when I thank him, he doesn't respond, and I think it's kind of his way of saying, you don't have to thank me for everything that I do. But as somebody who feels so sick so often and is just sitting here, like, how many times am I told, well, like, you look good, or you don't look sick, or like, people have no idea, and I don't need anybody to know, but it's just such a struggle. I walk with a cane, and the nausea is just, oh my God, it is brutal. I can't, like I said, I threw up in Newfoundland, and then threw up because I was seasick, which isn't a common. I've been on huge, massive cruise ships. I've been on itty-bitty boats. I've never been seasick, so I really do think that it has something to do with having puked earlier that day. I mean, I don't think that's crazy to think that. But the way I feel right now, like if I was by myself, I would have just gone home. There's no way I could have stopped again. So the fact that Keith just does all this stuff for me, and people don't get it. You can't. I've said that before. I'll never know what it's like to have MS, or like, I don't have MS. So I think it's the same way with cancer. There's no possible way that somebody can understand. The same way that if Keith got cancer, he would know different things that I won't be able to put it into words. Same thing, if he got cancer while I'm still alive, I would have an insight into his life. There's no way we can understand what the other person goes through. We can be empathetic and sympathetic, but we can't understand. And so for him to, what might seem so easy to so many people, just running into a grocery store, it is such a massive help, and it's essential. And as I'm saying this, I'm thinking there's another stop that I need to make, but I don't think, A, I don't want to ask him again, and B, even though I know he'd do it, and B, I can't do it. I'm over it. So, to Keith, again, I don't know what I'd do. For anybody who doesn't have the support that I do, I so often talk about being an advocate and advocating for yourself and advocating for rights for other people. It's exhausting, but I have so many people around me, my family, my friends. Oh my God, I don't know. I honestly don't know what I did in a previous life to deserve the support that I do. And to Keith, like, I just, endless gratitude and thanks to Keith. So talk to you tomorrow. I know I'll feel better. I know I will. I'm just so over it. So if you see somebody who's anything, looks sick, doesn't look sick, seems to be having a rough day, just be patient with them. I think so often people looking at me going, oh God, like, what's taking her so long, or anything. I can't think of a word, and people get frustrated and they have no idea. I have all my hair. That's one of the big ones. Oh, you know, you don't look sick, or I have color in my face, or anything. My word retrieval is brutal anymore. It's so frustrating. And I just look at people, look at me like, what, like, why can't you act normal or whatever? I don't mean anybody in my life. It's mostly strangers who just seem to get so frustrated sometimes. And I want to say, you have no idea the chemical reactions going on in my body right now. The amount that I am relying on my body to keep this cancer stable. That's it. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I hope you can hear me okay. I've got the AC blasted because I don't feel great and I don't want to feel any heat. So on to tomorrow. Again, please don't worry about me. This was a bit of a rant. I will feel fine. I'm just really over being sick. Talk to you tomorrow.